So a couple of years ago, we were collecting donations at a masjid, and his uncle approaches me and he asks me, where do you get your money from? And so I reply with, masjid collections, community events, partnerships. And he goes, no. Where do you get your money from? And I was like, oh, wow, that's quite upfront there. So I quite proudly reply back with, I actually work with Islamic Relief. I'm a volunteer coordinator. And he goes, yeah, I want you to think about that. Yeah. So that brings us to our topic of the day. Why don't you work for the sake of Allah? Let's be honest, sometimes we want to donate, but we're kind of hesitant because we can't really trust where the money's going. Well, the responsibility that comes with accepting your money is something that we take very seriously. It's an amana that we will be asked about by Allah. And that's why we want to fulfill this trust that you've given us with excellence. Saving lives and building communities is not a short-term goal, it's a long-term vision. Kind of like marriage, actually. You need a contract, you gotta put in the work to make it work. You know what I mean? If you wanna build something to last, you have to do it properly. You need the right systems in place, people who are qualified, and who will dedicate the time needed to make a real difference. To us, properly means Numero uno, time commitment. Emergencies, long-term development projects, and financial controls all require consistent care and attention. No matter what happens, the work must never stop because there are lives at stake. Our priority is serving people in need, which leads us to our next point. Each project that we implement is unique because the needs and the contexts of each community and region is different. Being from the country that we're from, it's not our place to assume what's best for another community. That's why we invest in teams who are locals, who know the language and customs of the people, and who work with us to deliver the project in a way that preserves their dignity. Three-pointer. Oh. It starts right here in our office, with systems in place that help us carry out our work efficiently and consistently, and then translates into communities being able to lift themselves out of the situations they're in for good. Our job is to make sure they don't need us anymore. So if you really think about it, our goal is unemployment. That's why we need people who are specialized and committed to the work. And yes, a small percentage of your donation does go towards admin costs and salaries.
Organizations have a right, according to the Quran and every kind of institution that you can imagine, have a right to collect administrative fees. Allah mentioned, إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ وَالْمَسَاكِينَ وَالْعَامِلِينَ عَلَيْهَا. And the zakat is for the poor and for the needy. And those who collect the zakat itself have to be paid. You gotta pay the workers to do the job, even if the job is given sadaqah.
Let's take a look at the numbers. 30 years ago, Islamic Relief began its journey with just a few people who worked tirelessly to respond to emergencies. However, they could not keep up with the growing demand. By hiring more people, we are now able to implement hundreds of innovative projects every year. This has changed the lives of entire communities. We're proud to say that in just 1 year, we've introduced over 300 new projects all around the world. Since 1984, you've helped us transform the lives of over 117 million people. That's a lot of people. In case you're not good with numbers and metrics, measurements, it's okay. But the work never stops. And that's why we're committed to fulfill this responsibility with ihsan. This was a heavy topic, heavier than me, maybe even controversial. But that's what we're here for, to come clean. We appreciate all of you joining us this episode. Stay tuned for future episodes to see real-life examples of what we just discussed. See you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.